yellow make green. So just to be a little Halloween, gonna add a little drop of blue in there. Because green eggs and ham. Sam I am. Glitter is amazing. For this amount of eggs, probably gonna do a good scoop, about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half of mayonnaise. Give that a little mix. A little bit of Dijon, not too much. Maybe like a half a teaspoon in there. See that one thing of blue turned it a nice bright green. The eggs turn out purple. Not really. There's like very little crack on it that's purple. I don't know if you can see that with the camera. Kind of see it a little bit. Unfortunately, it didn't really work the way I wanted it to, but it's all right. We're rolling with it. A little bit of salt. A little bit of, where's the pepper? A bit of garlic powder. And somewhere, there we go. I'm gonna, a little bit of dill. If you have fresh dill, I suggest using that, but dried dill is okay too. Where? Yeah, what was I looking for? I don't remember. Anyways, uh, lemon juice. A little bit of lemon juice. Looks like guac. A little bit. Lemon juice. Now, personally, when I make these at like work and stuff, I like whole grain mustard in there. Gives it a little like grainy bite. It makes it really nice. So I'm gonna add a little bit. Actually, I have some green food coloring, so I'm gonna use that. Just a little pop of green. Little taste. I think my mother wants more dill. All right, all right. I'll put some more dill in it. There was time we were making deviled eggs for a party, and I told her, "Yeah, just throw like I don't know, some dill in it." I forget like what I said, but somehow she interpreted it as like 2 or 3 tablespoons of dill in like a dozen eggs. Not a dozen eggs, but like yeah, I think it was 10 eggs. But so, anyways, I do not have a piping bag, but I do have little sandwich bags, which also work. So we're going to throw this mix. Uh, dozen, and it was Thanksgiving. Yeah. Get that in the bag. That so you can pipe it into the eggs. Got some deviled eggs here. More in that one. And that one. Brush sugar. Balls are salt the water for the pasta. About half the box of pasta because a whole pound of pasta for us is not needed. Now, we grab our meatballs. Now, we're gonna make some little eyeballs with these meatballs. Might want them a little bit bigger, but they'll still be okay. I'm going to grab green olive. You can use a black olive. Just have some green olives here that are whole, and I didn't want to open a whole can of olives just for that. But I'm going to take these and just do little slices. And that's going to be the color iris of the eye. Got that. Get our, come on, some our little mozzarella pearls. They are definitely a little too thick to do that, so cut it. It kind of looks a little bit like an eyeball. We get the middle black. How can I do that? I guess if you do use a black olive for that, you can get the center of it black and make it a little bit more like eyeball looking. These are good for like, creeping out some little kids. Be like, yeah, bunch of eyeballs in there. See what I'm gonna do. Do them in this pan. I can that cheese a little bit. Make red eyes with sun-dried tomatoes. You can probably, that might be a little harder because you have to like cut out the uh, eyeball part of it, like into a circle. But you can always try. These olives are also a little, might be a little big for this too, so that might be what's happening here. There's a puppy dog in here. Oh, we want puppy time. Come here. Nope, okay. You called her back to her quick. Couldn't get any puppy time. Everyone hates you for that.